Good morning, room two. Today's Thursday, May 21st, 2020. Hope you had a fantastic Wednesday, and I really hope that you are taking the time to study birds. I hope you had fun looking at feathers. I'm actually going to leave the video from Wednesday on the cover here because some of you may not have seen it, and that's my fault. I just clicked a button the wrong way. But it's fixed, so if you want to watch both videos, you can. Because yesterday on Wednesday we talked about feathers. That's that. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about bird habitat. Habitat. Hey, it and at are both in this word. It, at. Habitat. Habitat. 3 syllables. It actually starts with the same letter as another word that means something like the same thing. Home. A home. But a habitat's a little bit bigger. It's not just the home where a bird lives or a creature lives. Let's say if I take this peacock. Hello. No. Really? Oh, that's pretty cool. Peacock was just talking to me in peacock language that is silent. I'm sorry, I just had to tell them. I like you too. Okay, so peacock needs a habitat. A habitat has a few things, doesn't it? Yeah, so a habitat is what it eats. What kind of shelter will this peacock have? And the space it needs to find other peacocks? Can it roam? Can it find what it needs? What's that other thing that all living things need? I just drank a lot of it. It's clear. Water. Yes, sorry, I didn't mean to throw you out there. Water. Yeah, so a habitat, I'm going to set you down, okay? A habitat needs to have certain things. You need to have shelter. And I like to show that as a little house because for you and me, shelter is having a roof over our heads. Shelter of some sort. You need to have space. Lots of space. And in that space, there can be more than one peacock, or in my case, more than one person. You also need to have, what should I draw for food? How about, I'm just going to draw some seeds. Because lots of birds eat seeds. So you need to have food. And the most important thing you need to have is, I'll do an ocean wave there. I love the ocean. Wait, I started to write wave. Let me get rid of that. It starts with the same letters, though. Water. Water. So habitat. Now, if you look outside your window and you see a pigeon fly by, does that pigeon have a lot of space? Yeah, pigeons have a lot of space. Maybe that's why there's so many of them. I see them flying. Oh my gosh, true story. I was sitting out on my patio just about maybe 30 minutes ago, and I looked up because I heard this sound. I heard, caw, 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 caw. And I looked up and I thought, wow, that crow is really upset about something, and it's really far away. Then I looked all the way up, and I saw one crow and one hawk. And that crow was flying around that hawk, and the hawk was just gliding in circles. But the crow was upset about this hawk sharing the same space. The crow was saying, "You're in my space. You're in my space. This is my habitat. You're in my space. You're a big bird. You've got sharp talons. And I don't want you in my space. Get out of my space. Stay away from my nest." So the crow was protecting its habitat. Now you think the sky is really big, but powerful raptors, like birds of prey, hawks with their sharp talons, crow might say, "You're not invited. Excuse me, but I know you could go fly somewhere else." So I've seen that a lot, actually. Even at Cleveland School, when I've been teaching during or at recess, I've looked up and I've seen crows telling hawks to go away because hawks are a part of our environment. So I want you to be thinking today about shelter, space, food, and water. Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow you get to create your own bird. Make your own special bird discovery. It's going to be so cool. Wait a minute. You don't just get to say, "I created a new bird called the California flapper." That's great. I love that name. But the name has to match the bird. Why is it called a flapper? I don't know. Why is it called a flapper? Because it flaps a lot? Maybe it just walks around going... Maybe. You get to come up with reasons. But you also have to come up with the habitat for the flapper. What does its shelter look like? What does its nest look like? What does it eat? What kind of space does it need? Where does it get its water? Does it want dirty water or does it want clean water? What's the word? Habitat. There's a great video too down there you can check out for habitat. Oh, I wish I could talk to you in person about habitat because we could come up with some great ideas. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to talk to your family about it. All right. Here's our routine. Word study. Keep practicing your snap words. I want you to practice them by writing the hardest ones. Go through the whole list. Find the hardest snap words, the ones that are still tricky. And if you know all the words and they aren't tricky, well, guess what? I put some other harder snap words down there on the worksheet resources page. So your family, actually, I'm sorry, on the sight word page. So your family can help you find those trickier words. Because you're going to have to learn them no matter what. Why not start now? Writing. This is exciting because you are going to reread your how-to, your last how-to, and you're going to use your writer's checklist. I'll put that down there on the video too, so you can go down and remember how to use your writer's checklist. Again, Raz, Kids, and Freckle. And then yesterday you did some bird subtraction stories. I want you to do bird addition stories. All right? So, adding. Two crows were chasing one hawk. How many birds were there altogether? That's 1 plus 2. Let's get a little harder. Let's use some teen numbers. You know, true story, I was down at Lake Merritt looking at some of the birds that were down there by the bird sanctuary, and I saw 19. I would say 19 pigeons. And then this gentleman came by and he brought bird seed and threw them down. 5 more pigeons immediately landed. How many altogether? Make 5 stories like that. Write 5 math stories with addition about birds and then solve them. Prove it. Are you sure you got it right? How do you know? All right, have a fantastic day today. And habitat. I'm going to stay in my habitat. I hope you stay in your habitat. Be safe in your habitat. I'm going to drink some water in my habitat. Eat some food in my habitat. Stretch out, get a little space. Yeah. And then I'm going to go to sleep in my shelter because I don't want to get too cold tonight. I have a fantastic day. I'll see you tomorrow.